Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Amid looming trade wars, rising inflation, and stock market volatility, Donald Trump, your president, wouldn't say in an interview released Sunday whether the United States would face a recession this year. Asked on Fox's Sunday Morning Futures about the possibility, which has sparked some fears since last week when the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta posted preliminary economic data showing negative growth, Trump said, "I hate to predict things like that because what we're doing is very big." What we're doing is very big. So, Trump threatened tariffs against Mexico and Canada, right? And so Canada and Mexico bust back at him with their own tariffs and their own trade conditions, which made Trump back and give them 50 feet and an additional month of reprieve. Here's the thing, fam. I don't see how this country can avoid a recession. All signs point towards a downturn. I just saw a report that 25% of all Harvard graduates from 2024 are unable to get a job. They still are unemployed. This is Harvard. Come on, fam. It's bad. At this point, it's not about if the United States will experience a recession, it's when. It's how deep the recession will be. All indicators are pointing downwards. Employment and weak hiring, mass firing of federal employees and layoff or freeze hiring in the private sector, consumer confidence, the engine of the economy, down and lowest in 4 years. Business leaders and CEOs' business confidence down 40%, the lowest record since COVID. Stock market, the leading indicator of whether investors think the economy is going, are negative since the Orange One's inauguration. Allies and trade partners looking somewhere else because of our volatile and unpredictable business and political environment. This is looking far worse than Donnie's first term in office, where he sunk the American economy. Yeah, man. 2.9 million Americans has lost their jobs. Oh, and the GDP, 3.5% meltdown. Yeah, fam, it's shaping up to be worse than it was the first time around. Historians are already calling Trump the worst president ever. This is why you don't pay attention to what people say, you pay attention to what they do. We had not had a fatal U.S. airline crash since 2009. Trump gets in office within the first month. We have 5 fatal crashes. Almost 100 people dead. And they're really trying to sweep this under the rug because you're not hearing too much talk about it. Why? Because they want to make the people feel confident, and the airlines don't even want to talk about this because they got to make their money. So they're trying to keep this off the radar. Have you noticed? They're not even talking about it anymore. About 100 people died. The dude came in and shook up the whole thing. And then he started backtracking. Okay, all right, okay, look, I won't fire everybody. Look, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And then when he realized that, oh man, I stuck my hand in some boo-boo, well, okay, he starts backtracking. And he's not being held accountable by these people who he promised that he would hold certain people accountable, He said that he's going to levy tariffs against people. All that shit sound good, but it's not logical. It's not good business. It sound good. We finna steamroll on everybody. We finna charge up everybody. We finna fire everybody. Okay, so they saved a few $1 billion. Where that money at? How are we on the brink of a recession if Trump has drained the swamp? If he's draining the swamp and he's coming up with all of this extra money for U.S. taxpayers, how are we on the brink of a recession? Can anybody explain that? Buckle up, boys and girls. It's going to get worse. A lot worse. No more talk.